Failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently. Henry Ford. My friends, each and every day, 10 to 15 minutes. Don't worry about how many times you screw up. It's the fact that you're in the market every day. You are doing, you are learning by doing, and you are slowly improving over time, which happens for everyone that sticks with it. Let's jump into these charts. We see stocks in Bitcoin pulling back for the day. Bonds and gold up, not a whole lot, but up some. Let's talk about where we are first on the S&P. We see, of course, the high that was reached in the market. That was all the way back on the week beginning the 14th of October. And we can see the high that week was 586.12. Last week, 584.85. This week, 583.32. So we're not up to where we were, a few dollars off that. We can see that right now, closing on Wednesday, the market just closed as I record this. We're over halfway there. We may hit average volume here. Like I said, I know the market's going to continue to try to hold its own through the election. Once that happens, all bets are off. Now, what are the markets telling us right here? Well, we don't have a lot of volume the last several weeks. The last time we had average volume was back at the end of September, so a month ago. Now, as we look at these last 4 weeks, again, market has continued to move higher, but on, less than average volume. So we will pay attention to that. We can see on the 2-day chart, same kind of thing, moved up over the last few days, just stalled. So what does that mean for us? Well, it could mean the market's topping. It could mean it's just running out of energy. Maybe it's going to digest some of these gains and then after the presidential election soar again. Don't know. But I can see that things are consolidating and we're going to wait, watch, and see which direction that goes. Now, I'm not going to tell you what I feel because feelings don't mean anything. We're going to react based upon what the market does, right? That's what we're going to be ready for. So that's where we are today, down 0.31%. You can see a lot of indecision in the morning, going down a little bit in the afternoon, indecision throughout the day. Decent volume in the afternoon. Look at the latest 2-day candle that finished drawing today, and it is a doji, just sitting right there, actually penetrating on its bottom wick the weekly trend line. So we'll keep an eye on the S&P 500. NASDAQ down even more, 0.76%. So again, not even a percent here, but down. What do we see going on there? Well, we can see the high 3 weeks ago was 498.83. Last week, 528. This week, 501.35. So we have hit a higher high. We can see where that was on Tuesday afternoon. Then what happened on Wednesday, down in the morning, a little further down in the afternoon. You see this line here that might be a potential ceiling. That is the prior high back on the week beginning the 8th of July. So we'll keep an eye on things. Again, perhaps the NASDAQ is different than the S&P. High volume, average volume last week. But then prior to that, no average volume until back to September 9, when this latest run-up occurred. So again, we'll be watching, waiting, seeing higher than average volume on the 2-day, and then average volume in the afternoon with all that indecision and down move. So that is where we are. Again, perhaps things are stalling. Perhaps they're just consolidating, waiting for the election to get finished. And then, now that we're in the fall-winter trading zone, a new established trend takes off and moves in a direction for a lengthy period of time. We'll wait, we'll watch, we'll see. What's up with 20-year U.S. government bonds? They're up a little bit for the day, up in the morning, pulling back some in the afternoon, higher than average volume, average in the morning, average volume in the afternoon. Look at all that volume on this spinning top 2-day. Interesting, isn't it? Again, indecision, but lots of movement. And look at this. We're almost up to average volume, and it's just Wednesday. So we'll pay attention. We're still short on 20-year U.S. government bonds. TBF is where the trade that we have been in. That's a single short of 20-year bonds. What about gold? Gold is up for the day, 0.54%. It just keeps on going. Average volume last week, a little less than average the week before and the week before that, but average volume, except for weeks 2 and 3 ago, average volume going all the way back to September 9. And we've seen gold just tick up, tick up, tick up. It was only that 1 week with a green spinning top and less than average volume where it even slowed down. So gold moving in the right direction, up in the morning, further up in the afternoon, higher than average volume in the morning, lower in the afternoon. 2-day candle, decent candle, wick on top, no wick on the bottom, average volume. So gold continuing to move up. What about Bitcoin? Well, I checked both 24-hour-a-day Bitcoin and the Bitcoin ETF that we track. There's 24-hour-a-day Bitcoin. Again, hit right up to the prior high and has come off of that, as you can see. That's 24-hour-a-day Bitcoin. Here's the daily. You can see where things topped there Tuesday afternoon and started off lower. That's why we have the red volume. Just means it opened lower than the prior close. Doesn't mean negative volume. But again, Bitcoin just couldn't get its act together today after managing to range up and hit that prior high, fell back away. So that is where we are with Bitcoin, gold, 20-year U.S. government bonds, and stocks. We'll continue to watch this market as we move up into and through the presidential election, finishing soon. I know it's underway in most states, I guess in every state with early voting, and we'll wait and see how the vote comes in and what that does to these markets. I have a feeling it's going to have an impact. Thank you so much for being with us, folks. I'll always love to hear from you. CW@chartingwealth.com. God bless all the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.